What's up, everybody? This is your boy Wolf Rock with Wolf Rock Trucking. Welcome to another episode and the wonderful 6-month review of Top Gun. All right, so let me give you guys. I've been with Swift now over 6 months, but I wanted to tell those students that are out there that are just now starting up with Top Gun. If you watch my other video of Top Gun that I did with my 3-month review and the process of being into Top Gun, you will understand why I'm very, very, very passionate about Top Gun and the instructors and the knowledge that is given to you. Does it really apply to reality? Does it, the knowledge you get, does it work out here where you're actually doing the job? Well, I'm going to answer that in a little bit different way. It's not a yes or no answer, because my answer will be yes, for sure. But to clarify, not everything that you learn at Top Gun is everything that you need to know when you get out there. You got to remember, you only get a week of training with Top Gun. Your crucial piece is your mentorship, the time that you spend with your mentor. I cannot emphasize more. If you do not take this to heart, if you don't hear anything else I have to say about this particular subject with Top Gun, is take this to heart. Always, always, always be a sponge. Don't think you know everything, because the moment you think you know everything, yeah, that's gonna backfire on you, because you just don't know everything. I guarantee you. I don't know everything about trucking, and I'm very, very grateful for the knowledge that I've gotten from other Swift drivers, from my mentor, a lot of it from my from Thor over at the West Valley Terminal with Top Gun. That a lot of that information is really, really crucial to making me a professional and safe driver for Swift. Now that I've said that, let me go down and break it down a little bit for you. So, number one, did the knowledge that I've gotten from Swift, from Top Gun through Swift, did that make a big difference on how I drive? Yes, it does. Because I look at things a little bit differently. It's about the conversation that you have with your DP, with your dispatcher. Whoever your lead is for you as an individual that dispatches you and also gives you loads. And for me, it's Dawn. Dawn is an amazing individual. She really, really takes care of me as far as me being a driver. I'm really, really thankful for having her or me being part of her team. So it's really, really thankful for that. So having somebody that will help you become a better driver and having that conversation, super important. 2, the other thing is, don't be arrogant. Don't get complacent. Just because you know how to do something doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect every single time, because it's not. One thing I've learned about Top Gun and the abilities that I've learned through them and the knowledge that I've gotten and conversations that I've had really played a big part on how I do my job and do the job in a way that's fun, safe, and that I can truly say I'm a professional driver. So saying that, let me give you a story that happened at a craft facility, because I am craft dedicated and Hershey dedicated. So I was at a craft facility, and it's a refrigerator because I do reefers. And I picked up, I was going to pick up a load, got in the yard. My load was not quite ready, which is fine. I waited about 10-15 minutes, which wasn't that long for me. And then I went to go drop off my trailer, which is right next to the same yard, just a little bit further down. I go find the trailer that they told me to go pick up. I go to that trailer, and I notice that there's a Swift driver next to where my trailer is. I saw 2 other Swift drivers talk to that other Swift driver, and then they kind of left. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe they know each other, not a big deal. So I back up into the trailer that I'm gonna take for this load. Get into the trailer, back up to it, get out, make sure that my skid plate and my apron is is flush, and then there's not a gap. That's another subject. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. This makes a big deal about why I'm telling you this in this story. So having a big gap when your skid plate is going through and you have your kingpin, and your kingpin is if it's too high, it will ride right above it and go behind the skid plate, and you can get yourself in some serious issue. It's the reason why it's important to get out and look and check your kingpin and your apron and your skid plate is not too far. If it's too far, then it's not a good idea to back into it. You'll have to crank down the trailer. Even though it's loaded, you'll have to crank it down so that the skid plate is a little bit lower. You don't want no gap as you're backing into it. That's really, really important. Take that to heart when you're doing this. So I back into it, got it, I hooked on it. I did a couple tugs, make sure it's hooked on pretty good. Got out of the truck, put my lines in, took my flashlight, look at to make sure that the kingpin and the shank around the shank and it was locked in place. Pushed on the handle to make sure it's all the way in. It was. Go around, do a pre-trip on the trailer, take the landing gear up and double check, make sure it's hooked properly. And then I noticed that the Swift driver next to me was a lady that was crying. And I felt bad. She was on the phone, she was crying. So I decided to stop and actually figure out what's going on. We're all on the same team, and I want to help. And you know what? Even if it wasn't a Swift driver, I still would have helped. I still would have been that person to go out and see what's going on, especially when I see somebody in tears. So I stopped and I went and checked with her and found out that she was crying because what did she not do? She did not check the level between where her kingpin is and where her trailer is. So what had happened with her is that her kingpin was behind the skid plate, and that's a serious problem. So she couldn't get it out. So I told her, I said, well, let me see if I can help you. So I took a little bit of time, assessed the situation, looked at the problem. I'm like, okay, this is fixable. It's going to take a minute, but it's fixable. So what you can do, as long as the landing gear is not all the way as high as it'll go, the landing gear has two gears. You have a high gear and you have a low gear. One of the gears that will give you the higher gear gives you that, you can pull it and it goes a lot faster. The lower gear goes really slow, but it's more free loosing and it's not tight. When you have a load and you have that pressure on the landing gears, it puts too much pressure on the landing gear, so you can't really turn, try to lift it up on the other gear. It's just way too hard. You're going to be working your ass off. Bleep! So I got the lower gear, second gear, and I just started cranking, and I just kept going and kept going, kept going, kept going. And as I kept going, I kept raising it up and raising it up just a little at a time. It took about 15 minutes. I got it up to where it needed to be. I got under it, told her to get in the truck. I pushed the skid plate down using my my beater stick that I have, and I just pushed it down, hold it down so that she can slide underneath it, so she can go back on top of it and slide. So she did, and she got off of it, and she was fine. And after I talked with her and calmed her down, and I told her, I said, just to sit there and just relax, because she was really distraught. And I told her, I said, don't drive. Just give it a 20-30 minutes, get your composure, get yourself back together, kind of reset yourself so that you are better to drive. And so she hooked back up correctly. Everything was good. I helped her make sure, put our lines for her, and then I let her do her thing. She thanked me. She asked me if I wanted anything. I said, absolutely not. I said, we're all part of the same team. But I did ask her, I said, what are the other two drivers? How come they didn't help you? Their response was, and I quote, I don't have time. So that to me is distraught. I'm distraught about it. I'm disappointed. But you're going to have that with Swift. You're going to have that with any company. You're going to have drivers that don't care about you as a family or as a team. To me, I feel like those individuals were not professional drivers. Those were just wheel drivers. Those are the drivers that pick up loads and just drive. That's all they are. They're drivers. They're behind the wheel drivers. They are not professional drivers. And unfortunately, yes, Swift has them also. you can't help that. They're there. So if you get into that situation, please take 2 steps back, take a deep breath, relax, get yourself back together. Now, I tell you this story because a lot of times when you're out on the field and you're out there actually working and doing the job in trucking, it is so important that you have a clear head and be patient and don't get too overly in a hurry to do anything. The moment you start doing that, you'll start making mistakes. Where did I learn that from? I learned that through Top Gun. I learned that through my own life as well. But Top Gun really showed me the importance of taking your time. So, I'm telling you this. Did the skills from Top Gun help? Absolutely. It was a roundabout way to tell you that, but that's the information that I can pass on to you guys is be patient, be calm, relax. When you're in a situation and you're flustered, take 1 step back and just calm down. It's going to be okay. Don't drive when you're that frustrated like that lady was. And I felt really bad for her. I sat with her for another 10 minutes, just chit-chatting, trying to keep her calm and telling her it's going to be okay, it's going to be fine. I told her to call her DP and her lead, let her know that, you know, she's fine, it's going to be okay. She was on the phone with somebody, so I'm assuming it was her mentor, because she got the camera one time, and I think she did a FaceTime trying to ask how to do this, and she did not know. And this is another thing, she did not know about the 2 different gears on the trailer. So I did teach her something on that aspect of it. Now, tooting my own horn? No, it's not about that. I'm telling you guys the importance of helping each other out when you're out here. And when you need help, ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Will other drivers tell you no? Yeah, they will. It's unfortunate, but it is so true. So make sure you guys understand that it's not always going to be like that as far as where you're going to have frustrated all the time. There's going to be great weeks where you're going to be running. You're like, whoa, this is great. I'm having a great time. And you will see the same thing. I'm telling you. You will love it. You'll enjoy it. It's in my blood. I love trucking. I love the experiences. I love what I do. I'm very thankful for Thor and the information. I know I keep bringing him up, but man, I'm telling you what, I've learned a lot from that man at the West Valley Terminal. There's just a lot of conversations we had, and a lot of things that he's very knowledgeable. He's got 20 to 30 years of experience. That why would I not want that information? I mean, come on, that's a lot of info. I want that information. I want to be able to know exactly what to do and not to do in certain situations. And so it helped out a lot for me as a truck driver. So I'm sorry this video was a little bit longer than I expected, but was Swift Top Gun 6-month review a great thing? Hell yes. I'm still loving it. We will see in 1 year, Mark, and see where I'm at in 1 year. And it's over 6 months. It's been 7, I think almost 8 now. So I'm a little bit past that time, 7 months maybe. But just know this, that I love doing it, and stay strong to your passion, and don't let anyone tell you that you can't, because you can. Stay true. We'll catch you guys next time. Stay trucking and stay positive. See you guys later. Peace.